It's going to
So,
extend the length of time that they're going to have income by a pretty wide margin.
absolutely. So let's dive into the deal that we recently closed together, because that'll give some folks some context and also hopefully open up their minds to what's possible. So would you just share a little bit about, without giving any particular details of your client, but just share a little bit about what they were facing, what they were selling, and what was the challenge for them before they found the Deferred Sales Trust?
Their challenge, again, San Francisco Bay Area, high levels of real estate appreciation. They had bought this, it was a multi-unit building many years ago. They'd gotten it for a song. They now wanted to sell. They were looking to simplify their lives. It was a couple. One of them had some health challenges. The other one is kind of done working. I think there's a lot of ageism that goes on in the employer environment right now, right? Just getting hired sometimes is really challenging. And they have this phenomenal opportunity, right? We have all this equity in this house. We could restructure our lives if we could just get access to it. We could live the life that we really wanted to live. Again, phase 3, what has heart and meaning? And so when they were looking to sell this and realizing that their options on using that 121 exemption, right, getting that $500,000 sheltered, and there's a couple units, so maybe they could move into one and then get the same exemption 3 years later, but that put now you're risking the real estate market not being as strong, and you're risking, not moving into phase 3. And, what if my health gets worse? There was a real desire to move into phase 3 and to start to enjoy a life that they loved. And so how did we make that happen? If you're going to sell this property where most of their net worth resided, and then pay a huge chunk in taxes, that was that much less money that was available to them to generate income to help meet the expenses of their cash cow farm. So using the Deferred Sales Trust allowed them to hold on to those assets. I mean, obviously they're, the legal structures around them, they're not in their names, but now that chunk of money is a cow in their farm, a really nice cow that does some really amazing things tax-wise, and allows them to get the income that they need in order to meet their expenses. It's going to extend the length of time that they're going to have income by a pretty wide margin.
Amazing, right? And it truly is transformational exit planning, because it's not just about the money, right? It's about allowing somebody to move from one phase of life, phase 2, into phase 3, without having to hop through all of these hoops. I like to use the analogy, the Blockbuster way of doing things versus Netflix. And Blockbuster was the old 1031 exchange. It's really the old way. You remember you used to have to drive to Blockbuster, show up, walk inside to see if the movie is available. If it's available, you go to get it. But right before you get it, somebody grabs it. But even if you got it, you have to take it home, and you probably have to rewind it, and then you have to return it. But if you don't return it within 3 days, then you're looking at a penalty, right? And if you don't rewind it, on and on and on. It's very, very cumbersome. Whereas Netflix, you could just click. It's never sold out, right? You can pause it, you can rewind it instantaneously, right? Yeah, there's some ongoing fees, right? It's an ongoing monthly thing, but it's seamless, right? From the comfort of your own home. I try to use that analogy with the Deferred Sales Trust, because folks are moving from one thing that can be very complicated to, and I like your cow analogy, right? To a seamless cash flowing producing income stream